That's just sports, baby.
Crowd goes wild, strawberry ice bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy Slide is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy Slide is kicking down the door.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Party Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything. I mean anything. Landscaping required. Think Party Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door, and more. I got it in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window, Door, and more. The website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also, shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House. Hey guys. All right. Just want to let you know, we're still doing the pregame experience at the Moorline Lager House, brought to you by Best Day Brewery. I can't tell everybody this, so it's just between us, okay? For the next 3 games, Pittsburgh, Jets, Bears, which I think the Bengals can win all 3 of them, you can get $10 off. 10 by using pregame 10. Right? Pregame 10. That gets you into the all-exclusive experience. The drinks. The food. The host. Everything. It's the best experience on the banks. Best Day Brewery, Moorline Lager House, pregame 10. See you this Thursday. Let's go.
Exactly. We're back there this Thursday. 3 hours for every single game. So come on down, get the all-inclusive package. Giving you $10 off for the next 3 games, which, like I said, I think the Bengals got a shot at winning these 3. We'll see what happens. I always thought about you guys. I was a little bit encouraged about the way the offense was yesterday, but we'll get into this. Let's get into the chat. What's up to everybody in the chat? We've got Strangers in there, Brad's in there, Paul Painter. Paul, where you been at? What's going on? You're back. Crypt Keeper's in there, Pork Chop's in there, Tony Blazin, Cornell, Genty's in there. What's going on? Yes, you're right. You're right, Cap. Genty knows ball. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. All right, so let me get into this real quick before we get into Bengals captain. Corey will not be able to join us today. He's got a doctor's appointment, so Cap's going to be joining me, and Dale Altman will be joining later on from Bengals and Brews. So the first half with the offense wasn't very good. We had a lot of 3-and-outs. Now, that was expected. I don't know about you guys, but I did not expect Joe Flacco to come in here guns a-blazing. That would have been awesome. Second half was a lot better. Now, our defense played really good in the first half. They were out there a lot. It was 10-0 Packers at halftime. Bengals come back. They get Joe Flacco gets comfortable. They start cooking. They get the offense going. Defense, if they could have made one more stop, they could have probably won this game. If Yoshi Voss makes a couple catches, especially that first down conversion that he dropped right through his hands. Shout out to DJ Turner. I thought DJ had a hell of a game. I think he played really good. All in all, this is the best they've looked since Joe Burrow went down. So I am pleasantly surprised at the way it went. Not pleasantly. I'm happy with the way it went. Not ecstatic. I'll put it this way. I'm not ecstatic. But this rolls into the next 3 games, which I think are crucial games, especially this Thursday against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know they're 4-1 or 5-1 or wherever they are. This is a winnable game for the Bengals. The way that offense played, if this offense can play the entire game like they played that second half, and the defense can play the entire game like they did the first half, which if the offense has the ball longer than, in the first half, the defense is an after song. So I think they finish the game better. Long story short, I think they have a shot at winning this Thursday. But to me, it's a must win. They've got to win this game. Once you win this game, then you got the Jets, then you got the Bears, and those are definitely winnable games. And if the Bengals can pull this out and win the next 3 games, that makes them 5-4, I think, if my math is correct. And we're right back in the thick of this thing. Luckily, the AFC North sucks this year. So that kind of helps the Bengals a little bit. Trey Hendrickson, Ian Rappaport said he has a back injury and he's day-to-day. Now I saw Jay Morrison put out what the Bengals said. They said it was a hip. So I don't know if it's back injury or hip injury. Either way, he's day-to-day. Most likely going to play on Thursday unless something gets worse. Mike G's got a pectoral injury. I doubt he's playing Thursday. But let's get to the co-fan of the year. He's got one of the greatest beards in Bengal history. He's one of the most realest fans there is. He's all hooday all the time. He's the one. He's the only. He's Bengals captain. What's up, Cap?
Yo, hey, I think y'all missed an opportunity for the coupon code for the $10 off. It could have been Raw Dog.
Raw Dog.
Like, I don't know. Jamar Chase is a funny dude. If we can beat the Steelers, the ideas that I have for Raw Dog t-shirts, I'm not going to say anything, but I've got some fantastic ideas. Not nearly as good as the cheerleader on my hat. I had to wear something other than a Cincy hat for the first time in forever.
And I got the
yeah.
And by the way, Brad, yes, rest in peace to a Bearcat legend. I'm glad you brought that up. I do want to say some things about Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly was an awesome Bearcat. He was an awesome dude. I've met him several times. He came down to Moran Lager House last year, was on the show. He's on my show multiple times. He's a great dude, great Bearcat. So prayers to his family and Bearcat Nation. We lost a good one in Jim Kelly. So, Brad, I'm glad you brought that up because I start getting – if you guys didn't notice, the show kind of started a little discombobulated because I try to do a lot of stuff on my computer, and sometimes I forget to put stuff back up like the show intro. So then I had to hurry up and scroll back and get to it. But we have another guest in the show, and he is a visionary, a Cincy jungle writer. He writes about the draft. He drinks and he knows things. He's Dale Altman from Bengals and Brew. What's up, Dale?
I came in at an awkward time. No,
right after Raw Dog.
Well, yeah, I see Raw Dog in the comments, but then Jeff's giving a heartfelt thing to the Jim Kelly guy, who I know is on your show. I did not know the guy, but rest in peace and prayers out to his family. Yeah,
Lindsay, I would love to have Tony Pike on my show. I have reached out multiple times, and he has not answered me. So,
well, speaking of Raw Dog, sounds like he got Raw Dog.
Yeah,
in that situation.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So, Dale, I set it up this way. I said that this game gave me hope. If the offense, in my opinion, if the offense played like they did the second half, that they could do that the entire half, entire game, and the defense could play like they did the first half, which was better than the second half. And if they're not out there the entire first half. They won't be as tired. I hope they make plays the second half. Anyway, long story short, I think they got a shot Thursday night. Either way, I think it's a must-win Thursday night. And if you win Thursday night, then you got the Jets and you got the Bears, and you win those three. We're in this thing. But Thursday night is almost a must-win, I think, for having any shot of trying to pull out of this at all.
Yeah, it is a must-win. I'm with you on that. I want to take some hope out of it because Flacco coming in on such short notice, I thought he played incredible in that second half. Like, he was getting the ball out quick. I got to give a lot of credit to Zeus, who, like, has looked rough. I thought he had a good – I know he gave up the sack, but watching him back, I thought he had a really good game, a really, really good game, much-needed game. But it's one of those weird seasons where it's like the offense plays well in the second half, not the first half. The defense played well in the first half, not the second half. And it's the same thing with, like, the offensive line. Like, every week, and it's not just PFF grades. When I watch it back, like, the right side's playing good one week, the left side's playing good one week. And they've had different guys in, but it's not even that. It's the same guys in, play really bad one week, really good the next week. And I'm just like, man, if they could ever all get on the same page, we'd have a really fun damn team, even without Joe Burrow.
Watching that line, though, do you think it just worked better with Reisner at left guard? Because I was impressed with the bump, and I hate PFF for O-line grades. I love them for everything else, but O-line grades, they get one negative thing, they ding a grade way too much. It drives me nuts. But everybody was elevated with Reisner at left guard. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was definitely the way him and Zeus, because the way I clipped it up and it shows him and Zeus together, and like I clipped where it's the two of them, and the way they worked was really in sync. And that's not a knock on Fairchild, but it's like two veterans out there just, you would have thought they played together for 2 years, is what I said on Bengals and Brews earlier, because they were passing things off. They look so in sync. Like, and Reisner is more natural at left guard. He has 4,000 snaps there. And I'm a 1 week at a time guy, right? Especially when it comes to the NFL. So to me, I'm just thinking, like, there's no reason to rush Fairchild back. Dalton Reisner was played excellent. So I want him out there. Now, my only question, and I know the PFF grade was like a 6 for pass blocking for Rivers. I clipped that up too. I don't think he was that bad. But I will say it was his worst game of the season. And if Patrick is back and healthy, he was the starter. He took all those training camp reps with Mims. Do you put another veteran in there at right guard who got all those reps for this Steelers game? Because you're going up against one of the better D-lines in football who are really finding their stride again. And I'm thinking, like, I didn't want it. And I said this 3 weeks ago, so I'm going back on my own words. I was like, once you put Rivers in, you don't go back.
Yep.
But it feels different right now, like a must-win situation. And you have to get this win. And I don't care how they start it. I think the other one should be ready. But Lucas Patrick has to be active this week. And if they want to start Rivers, Patrick needs to be ready to go in if it looks a little rough, if he's struggling a little bit like he did this week for some snaps. It was not a 6 pass block grade. It's ludicrous, some of these grades. But it was his worst game. I won't lie about that, watching it back. But yeah, I just think, like, either way, you can start Patrick if it goes well, or you can start, Rivers, and if it goes well. But the other one should be ready to go in and have a short leash, because that's a damn good defense you're going to face this week.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going back on the same thing I said. Once you put Rivers in, you should leave him there. But this is, like I said, they have to win this game. They have to.
Everything out about the future,
right? Forget
before you need to win,
right? Because the thing is, Rivers and Fairchild, they're going to be here next week, the week after that, the week after. They're not going anywhere. This week, right now, to save your season, you got to win. So I'm with you. Put the two offensive guards in there, veteran offensive guards in there, and let's see what happens. And if it goes bad, you can put Rivers in, or if they start Rivers, then you can put Patrick in. However you want to do it. Go ahead, Cap. What do you got?
I'm just happy that Dale doesn't get enough love on Twitter. He should have more followers and more people like applauding him, because he said something that can take heat off of me, and I really appreciate the hell out of him for it. But, talking about it looked like they've been playing 2 years together. Once again, I don't know shit about offensive line play. I just know I like the composite grades and I like where we're ranked. And I want to see where we're ranked move up. And that's my extent. But the players, repeated players on the offensive line, some had no longer playing, some still playing. Hammer, like gel is a real thing. You have got to gel. You've got to play as a unit. There are I can't even remember all the reasons that somebody's like, oh yeah, essentially imagine the three of us out there. I literally have no idea how you two move. And
we're fat, so it's hard for us to move sometimes.
We don't. We actually, how we move is we don't.
And you can guess I'm quick, but you might be horribly wrong. So you're trying to plan. All right, kick Cap out to left tackle to handle the speed rush, and I'm just getting the break speed off of me. And then we're constantly every snap we're trying to figure out what the hell do we need to do to help the other guy out because the other guy sucks, and we all suck. And it takes time to gel, and wham, you put Reisner at left guard, and suddenly there's chemistry there, especially with the most maddening thing ever all these years. Like, you stunt a Bengals offensive line, and what was that dude that was trending so long? He's like, we pissed on our leg. Like, I haven't seen that dude in a while, but yeah, that's what it feels like. And Dale sitting here saying we handled it. Everybody wants to come after me for, hey, I'm just asking the player. I'm not an offensive line coach. So when Super Bowl champion offensive lineman tells me, yeah, we need some time to gel, like we constantly keep switching stuff up, we need some time to play together, I got to believe him.
Yeah,
but that's weird. It's weird because they didn't have any time. It's kind of the opposite of it.
They never did. So,
but I will say, like, how long Reisner's been in the league in his 4,000 snaps, like it looked like it had been that long, and I do think there's something to that, and that's why I go back to, like, it's so weird about this season because, like, Rivers, it's like I thought him and Mims were building that chemistry. A lot of these last couple of weeks, I've seen a lot of good stuff out of them. And then this one, not so much. Like, they struggled. It's not just the PFF grades. It's you watch it back. Rivers was just kind of getting eaten up a little bit. And that's where I questioned, like, putting Patrick in. And I didn't think I'd go to that. And it's like, I do think once you put a young guy in, you don't want to, like, run their confidence. I think he's a big part of the future, or you're hoping he is.
Right.
It'd be nice to have our two guards. But we are in a must-win. So that's it's like you throw out Fillings, you throw out, like, part of the future.
Yeah.
Is that – like, in Zach Taylor, Duke Tobin, whoever may not be part of the future if they don't get a win on Thursday. Right. So it's like you have to put out the guys that you think will give you the best chance to win on Thursday.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing to me. And you said it at the beginning of the year. I'm thinking, we're going to win 14 games and blah, blah. You go, you're just like, I'm going to go one game at a time. The way the season has gone, I said this last week because I did a show where I had people on and people kept talking about, well, if this doesn't work, then this means this. I'm like, I'm just worried about Sunday. Right now, I'm just worried about Thursday. That's it. We're at third because I want to win. The crazy thing is, if we can win these next 3 games, we're in this thing, guys. I mean, and that's
you did it though. You went immediately to 3 games. You got to win one before you can win 2 first. Before you can win any more.
Win Thursday, and let's see what happens. And I look, I know the Steelers are 4-1. They're not that impressive. I mean, they've played, their defensive line is starting to play better, and that's where I think we need to put the best offensive line out there we can. But I'm still thinking the way Flacco came in that second half, Jamar Chase and T were cooking, dude. I mean, they were. It looked like Joe Burrow was out there. Some of those throws. So that's where I'm like, if they can do that starting out, I think we're gonna have something for the Steelers, and that keeps the defense on the sidelines because that's where I think a lot of the problem happened in the second half, and it's happened a lot for this defense. They're out there too much. I mean, do you guys believe in that? What you're shaking?
No, I mean, yes, because I thought like I could make that excuse other weeks, but we had a drive that took almost the entire third quarter up, after halftime, and then the defense comes out there and it was downhill completely, and we kept driving and putting points on the board. It's just for whatever reason they're not in sync as a team.
The one that hurt was the mid right up the middle touchdown run. That one. I rewatched the highlights. It looked like nobody touched him. I mean, they did touch him, but not really. It was.
And I'm not a big like, hey, there was a penalty here or there because there's penalties every play. But Dax did get held like crazy on that. I clipped that up too because he was like big. And I'm like, whoa. I'm watching all 22, and I'm like, what is he so upset about? And I'm like, oh, yeah, he got held pretty big. Not saying it would have maybe changed the difference of the play had he not been held, but probably should have been called. And there was a few of those, and that's not why we lost. Like, we lost because
we didn't score enough, and then we didn't stop.
Well, and we couldn't make tackles.
Yeah.
You know, we missed way too many tackles. That scared me because it looked like last year. We had cleaned that up a lot.
But hey, DJ,
linebackers, the safeties, there's a bunch of guys that you could point out for a lot of missed tackles in that game.
But DJ Turner, I thought wasn't Turner? Huh?
Yeah.
He had a really good game, I thought. That's one of the best games I've seen him play.
Yeah, I was saying hell, yeah. Like, I mean, 5 pass breakups tied like Jonathan Joseph's record for pass breakups in a game for a Cincinnati Bengal. He also snuffed out that screen and immediately come up and nailed it. So, like, he put a lot of good things on tape. He gave up a couple catches here or there, but I mean, the play that killed us, we got it down to 6. We had it down to 6.
Yoshi.
No, we had it down to 6. We're on defense.
Oh, I thought about the first down.
Geno Stone got a sack, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, yes.
Cam Sample falls to the ground. Joseph Osai comes from the other side, gets a little pressure on Love, but they knew they're bringing Matthew Golden all the way across the formation. Cam was initially on him. Cam kind of drops into deep center. Like, they were clearly in zone-type coverage, but Battle was looking at Golden the whole way. And he read upfield where he probably had help from Cam and other people and didn't, like, lock in on, and then boom. That was the play they were running the whole time, was to get Golden on that sideline. They just needed enough time. And that killed us because that play set them up for a field goal, put them up 9. That was it.
The other big one for me was Yoshi dropping that 3rd down conversion. It hit him right in the hands. And I think he dropped 3 of them. Yeah, but that was the big one because I think we went down and scored. They went down and scored a touchdown. And if you get that 3rd down conversion, more than likely we score a touchdown. Maybe not. But we
settled for a field. We had to settle for a field goal. It was a 3rd down, and he dropped it. And he's looked rough. And it's like, at what point?
Dude, he made
somebody.
He made the freaking field goal that they blew the whistle on. I was like, like the old. I mean, who you talking about?
I was just talking about Yoshi. Like, I was talking about Yoshi.
Oh, yes. I think
like 3 drops. Like, and that one would have been a 1st down, like you were saying. I think it was, what was the score at that time? 17-7. It made it 17-10. It could have been 17-14, like back-to-back touchdowns. Right. And then we got another touchdown after that. So
we would have matched them, and that we didn't. We got a field goal out of it. So to me, the one you said and that play, those 2 plays are what it came down to. If Yoshi makes that catch, or if we cover, well, it was 3rd. I think it was 3rd and 7, wasn't it? It was 3rd and long, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, somebody was like, T was open on the other side. I'm like, no, he was.
No, I mean the defensive play. The defensive play you're talking about that we didn't.
Oh yeah, because we just got a sack, so it had to be like 3rd and 7. They had a decent game, but then Stone got the sack. And I thought we should have brought pressure again. We ended up bringing pressure after that to force them to a field goal attempt. Would shout out to their kicker in his first game have to be called up. You know, ice in his veins there to make that, because I was like, man, if there's one time to block a kick, down 6, block this kick, and
nice.
We never get that.
Yeah, what'd you guys think of Logan Wilson basically getting benched and Barrett playing? What would I know, Cap, you're probably happy to see that because I know you guys announced his name. What was your thoughts on that?
I'm just happy that they're willing to try anything. Really.
Cap, how do you Dale, how do you think Barrett did? Have you looked at his film at all?
Yeah, and one of the Cincy Jungle articles, I'll have more of those clips and some thoughts on it that whenever they post it, But I wrote one up today. I thought he looked really good in the first half, had some really good run defense, and then he had some rough moments in the second half, some missed tackles out in space. And I don't know if he was trying to spy on the one on Jordan Love, the one that Josh Jacobs, when they got their first touchdown. I think that might have still been in the first half. But where Jacobs just came over the middle and he was the only one within 20 yards of him, and it set them up close. And I was like, what are you doing there? But he had some rough moments and but if you watched the film from last week, Logan Wilson had a lot of rough moments last week. So I kind of understand thinking about a youth movement. I don't know if I would have done 100% for Barrett Carter. Like Logan Wilson had 100% of the snaps last week.
Yeah.
And I don't think he should have had 100% of the snaps last week. Just like I don't think that Barrett Carter should have had 100% of the snaps this week and Logan only got 20. There's got to be a better split share there between those guys to keep them all fresh and situations. But because I'm not completely giving up on Logan, but I do think that Barrett has earned some opportunities and he's part of the, he's obviously doing good stuff in practice and the right things that they want to give him opportunities.
Crypt Keeper wants to know: Are you ripping pieces?
Yeah, old Rip Jagger.
Ronnie here. Understand this season is the first season of Al Golden's defense, so I'm not upset about rookies playing. Now we need them to be seasoned and get some experience. Yeah, and that's kind of what Dale's saying is it's fine with them playing, but we haven't given up on Logan Wilson yet. You might want to do a little 50-50 split or something like that.
Yeah.
Is
it's finding that balance, right?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the more impressive thing to me was the way, and Dale, you said at the beginning, the way Joe Flacco looked in that second half. Because I did, like I said, them going out 3-and-out in the first 3 drives really didn't surprise me because we're asking Joe Flacco to come in here in 5 days, start and run this offense like he's been here all year. He's only been here 5 days. Second half, it looked good, and Flacco can move a little bit. I mean, he can't move a lot, but he was moving a little bit there.
He was moving as well as he could move. I will say that.
Yeah, which is better than what people are acting like. I mean, I have people going, "Oh, he's a statue back there. He can move a little bit." I mean, he did it right. I mean, and the thing is, we've all heard the comment about Pittsburgh's coach how he doesn't want to face Joe Flacco, that 6'6" beast as he calls him. Well, he's going to have to face him this Thursday. Dale, what's your thoughts on how and Cowboys the same thing? How Pittsburgh is playing? They are 4-1, and I do think they are playing better. Their defense has gotten better. I'm going to try to. I don't want to give them credit, but I have to give them some credit because they are playing better than they were. Do you think we have a chance at winning Thursday?
I mean, I'll go first. I picked it on the show. I picked us to win. And I don't think I picked us to win for 4 weeks.
I like
Flacco gave me a little bit of hope.
A little bit of hope. All right.
Because he looked good, and maybe it's a little being irrational, but I'm okay with that, right?
You're on Sports Strawberry Ice. I'm irrational all the time, so it's fine.
I do think Jalen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell, when Warren was out, they really found something with both of those running backs, and they're both very dangerous out of the backfield for big plays, but they're running the ball really well. We have to be able to stop that run. And then I'm curious to see who matches up with DK Metcalf because I know Cam did well against him, 2-3 years ago when Seattle came here. That's not the same Cam Taylor-Britt, and I honestly don't think it's the same DK Metcalf. He's playing some really good football at wide receiver for them. So I'm curious to see because if you put Turner on him, and I know Turner had a great game, but Turner is half his size, just physically, pure mass-wise. And it's just going to be a very interesting matchup. But I think a lot of it starts with stopping the run. And then we have to hold up long enough that Flacco can get the ball to his playmakers. And that's what we saw in the second half. He literally did the old Joe Burrow. Bucket, Jamar's down there somewhere, and just let's get the ball in the playmaker's hands.
How did you – and I loved it. I don't remember the cornerback's name, but the guy who knocked the ball away from Jamar, then did his version of the gritty. And
Carrington
Jamar,
Valentine, he went to Kentucky.
And Jamar came right back. And that was a hell of a throw and a hell of a play between two guys from Joe Flacco to Jamar Chase to get that touchdown. And it's like, yeah, it's me. Jamar's like, I'm him, not you. I thought that was a great.
It wasn't on Valentine, to be fair, but it was on Keyshawn Nixon, who's been their best guy, plus Xavier McKinney at safety. So he was like, and it's like, bro, it doesn't matter if it was on the same guy.
Doesn't matter.
You gritted, you taunted Jamar, you pissed him off. He changed the play and said, "No, you just throw it to me. Throw it to me. I'm about to do something."
Right, and that's what he did. That's what we've seen a lot.
We've seen him grow into a leader.
Yes. That to me is one of the biggest differences this year. I think Jamar's really taken on that captain's role. He's really because we need him more now than ever with Joe Burrow not here. I think he's really stepped up even more since Joe has left. Cap, people are worried about you. You okay? You're being awful quiet.
Just waiting. All good. You know, you and Dale can carry, man. Like I get to sit back and chill out.
So what's your I'll ask you what I asked Dale. The chances of us and your thoughts on us winning Thursday night.
I expect us to win. I mean, there's so much to say from the top of the game. You know, I would love to get into debates with what people think is a bad play call and a bad play caller. And of course, I know what happens when you know they think I'm defending one person in particular. But I go back and look at that game, and okay, it's wild. You start off with Jamar Chase, you know, that formation, but the motion, the movement, the changes, I don't know. Was that 100% planned to go down that way? Or did Flacco make a change at all? And what was the other play that he could have killed that run into? Jamar's gained on runs like that before. So I didn't see the right blocking. And a couple of people, when I posted the video, a couple of people said, I would have loved to see him cut that in sooner because he had the opening. He could have just gained a couple yards. That set us back so much. And you've got a guy who's just been in the building for like 4 days or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, next play, you're probably going to try to run one direction or another. Now, critics will say, oh, it's always up the middle. It's not always up the middle. Like you could literally look up the plays and find out it's not always up the middle. This is what I hear. All these people talking to me. It's always up the middle. It's a run on first down. We throw way too many screens. Like none of that is true. It's great, but when it happens, the person who wants it to happen sees it and says, yeah, see, it happens 1 out of 10 times. They're like, look, it happened. It happens all the time. And they're literally tuning out the other 9. Now, I want this team to get on track. What I saw from the game was Joe Flacco, once he settled in, he's exactly the QB that I thought he'd be. The QB that dinked and dunked us all the way down the field and made everybody nervous week 1, he's done it before. He did exactly what he needed to do. Some of my most impressive plays were the ones where he bailed on a screen. I've never seen Joe Burrow bail on a screen pass. I've seen Joe Burrow loft balls over defenders where the ball hung in the air and I could hear myself in slow-mo just praying that ball doesn't drop into it. Like Burrow likes to gamble. He's like, I'm completing this pass. I don't give a shit. And Flacco's like, I'm too old for this shit. Fuck it. Like it's toast from the start. And he bails. I'm like, that's exactly what we need. This offensive line shouldn't be required. Those offensive linemen, I'm betting, went over to Flacco like, dude, thank you. They know that they've got to protect him, but they know he's got their back. So he's exactly what I was hoping for. The second half is honestly what I think we'll see out of the first half. Flacco's going to, and to the Jamar Chase stuff, and I saw some of the comments, and like Natty Ron's never rude or obnoxious or an extremist, whatever. Natty's a made man.
That is awesome.
But talking about Jamar, Jamar, people miss the fact that Jamar's changed plays before. Jamar's always, every year, Jamar's changed plays. It's because the quarterback in the offense has that ability. Now, I don't know how much. I've said before, I wish I knew. But, yeah, Joe Burrow's changed plays. And if Jamar sees something because here's the thing. Joe Burrow can't see what Jamar sees one-on-one. It's just a fact across the league. We're hyperventilating over stuff that happens on every single team. And, hey, it's going to keep happening. It's not like there was some kind of crazy revolt and they grabbed play calling away from Zach, because when you think about it, when it happened in game, they were moving the ball. Not only that, the play call that they apparently changed to was to throw a prayer to Jamar Chase double covered. If that would have gotten picked, Zach would have gotten hate all like, oh my God, why would you call that? Not realizing the quarterback throws the football. If a player wants the ball, the head coach is not saying, no, screw that guy. Don't throw the ball to him. Don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. That doesn't happen in any NFL team. So if a quarterback's not getting the ball, think back to Jamar Chase when he's like, I don't have my button ready. Beep! Open. Oh, why is it still going? Oh, geez, I'll park.
That's too long. So one thing I want to bring up, and Dale, I'll bring you back in on this too, and Fro brought it up here, and I was impressed. I know myself, Chandler was down at the watch party with me, and he was getting kind of frustrated how many times the Bengals were trying to run the ball. But it actually, I think it helped. I mean, they ran. I think they got a total. I think it was only 55 yards. But I thought that those are good signs right there of them at least trying to establish a run, and I think they got some pretty good runs out of it too. Dale, what was your thoughts on the Bengals trying to?
You have to. You cannot be one-dimensional, and sometimes, especially even with Burrow, we lean on that too much. Mm-hmm. And whoever, Zach, Burrow, whoever you want to say, why ever we do that,
right,
is irrelevant. But you have to establish some semblance of a run game. And I will say this. I like what they established with some of those quick tosses to Chase Brown, because that's where he can be good at, where he can cut things back, where he has a little longer, a little more vision, where he's not just running into a lineman's back. It's like such a quick cut. Give him a little time to think about it and then, boom, make his cut. Because he's so explosive and he can make a cut that can make a big play. And I thought Chase Brown maybe played one of his better games. And this is 2 weeks in a row that the snap share has been almost 50-50 with P. Ryan. And I wrote about P. Ryan in an article for Sense of Jungle last week as one of my players to watch for this game because of that 50-50 snap share. And I thought P. Ryan looked damn good. And what he provides in the blocking game, but also then let him be the hammer. Let P. Ryan be the hammer. And then I feel like, you get Chase Brown out in these open opportunities. Now, I do think the screen game, it's broke. I don't know who to blame it on, but it's a little bit broken.
A little bit.
I wish they could clean that up because I know how good it could be. Like, we've seen it work before, especially with Chase Brown. It's got to be a blocking issue.
It's got to be blocking. They've been one of the most efficient teams in the screen game most of the years. And while they were in the top 5 in screen efficiency, Bengals fans on Twitter are saying, stop running screens. They suck. Yeah, the numbers say otherwise, but right now, they're not as efficient.
I really thought it was going to take off even with Browning before we traded for Flacco. You know what I mean? Because when we had Browning the first time, that's when I thought the screen game took off even more. We were able to run the ball a little bit in those few games toward the end of the season. But
hey, Dale, can you go back to your Orlando Brown topic here? Because poor Bengal fan thinks Cody Ford should be 50-50 with Orlando Brown here. And You were talking about how good you thought Zeus actually played this week.
Yeah, he gave up the sack. It was the only sack we gave up, which kudos to the O-line. Like, for as much as they're getting hammered, which part of that credit, man, Flacco was getting that ball out quick, especially in the second half. But it was like he knew what it was like. All of a sudden, everything clicked, and he was just like, "I know where to go. I know what to do." And maybe he was just I think he was like, "No, I'm just playing ball." I need him to continue in that mode this week, where he's just playing ball. But I thought Orlando had arguably his best game. He had a really good one earlier in the season. I don't remember exactly which one it was off the top of my head, but clipping up, I was like, "Oh, Orlando was really good." Outside of that sack, Orlando was fantastic. Along with Dalton Reisner at left guard, I thought was terrific this week.
Yeah, I that's one thing. The point I was bringing up on, I think I was on the show or Reels or I don't remember where I said I put so much different crap out there. That Joe Flacco, him getting rid of the ball quicker is going to help that offensive line. I think I said on the show Friday with that you and me are on there, Dale. Because I mean that's if I go back to last year when Joe Burrow was cooking. He was in that 6-game winning streak. He was getting rid of the ball fast. And that's the thing. Yeah. That's where I thought Flacco could come in and process it faster, make quick decisions, and get rid of the damn ball. Flacco was throwing the ball away. There was a couple times like, oh, I threw it away again. I was like, but he'll live to make the next play. That's what Jake Browning wasn't doing. He was throwing, instead of throwing away, he was throwing into double and triple coverage. So those are the things that Joe Flacco gave us that Jake Browning didn't give us. We got credible quarterback play. And when you get credible quarterback play and you're getting rid of the ball faster, it's going to make your offense run better. And that's where I think coming into Thursday night, our offense is going to be run more efficiently than it did. It's going to be more like the second half than it was the first half. And that's where hopefully we get the ball first and we go out there and establish a long drive and get the first touchdown would be great.
Well, could we get a lead? Like, yes, I want to see this team with a lead. Like, so the last 4 weeks we've had 3 points at halftime, 3 points at halftime, 3 points at halftime, and 0 points because they called a timeout that took away a 67-yard field goal, which is very disappointing. But you've got to get off to a faster start.
Yes,
they had the opportunities. I looked at the one third down. Flacco had 2 different options that he could have went to. The next drive, same thing. Flacco wasn't comfortable yet. I feel like he was looking just to stay alive, bail, move on. The beauty of it is, to me, Flacco didn't care. Flacco didn't get frustrated. Flacco, it didn't bother Flacco.
Flacco didn't get flustered. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt, Pork Chop. Flacco don't get flustered.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Cleveland, because Flacco, inept is what Flacco's lived with for how long? Like, he doesn't care about punting. He's punted his whole career in Cleveland. So
and Baltimore. He had those defenses when he won.
It kept his head in the game, and when he felt comfortable, he rolled. So, I hear people talking about play calling, and I had a great conversation with Chop last night. And what I want to know is, when people say that, what exactly do you mean? Now, Greg Lippert in chat, I love it because I don't care. It does. I don't matter. I'm nobody. But I listen because Greg said, big difference between play calls and play designs that's set up in practice. My issue is faulty play design, not play call. My opinion, now you're onto something. Now you're saying something that I'm listening to, because as I'm looking through some of the plays, rewatching Sunday, I'm wondering about the wide receiver spacing. I'm wondering why they put these guys in. Did somebody, now here's the problem though, did somebody run the wrong route? It happens all the time. I brought it up on Twitter. Jerome Simpson, the amazing front flip that everybody brags about, was the completely wrong route. He wasn't even supposed to be on that half of the football field. He screwed that route up so badly. He was in the wrong half of the football field, and somehow Andy Dalton found him. Like, it happens all the time. Nobody knows. They know in the film room. So that's why when some of the fans are just losing their minds, the players in the locker room are fine because they know who screwed up, if anybody screwed up. And then there are going to be those plays where the players aren't happy. They wish something would have happened. But again, Jamar Chase coming out with that, he admits they have the ability. They can override something if they need to. I don't know at what frequency they can do that, but it's just good to know that it's there. So all of these play calls last year with one of the most high-powered offenses in the entire league, it comes back to you've got the same core mind, these quarterback gurus getting together and designing these plays. It's an offense that Joe Burrow wants. They got together in 4 days and found something for Flacco to run, and it worked. It took Flacco a little bit of time to get rolling with it because, again, a million times, even that one to Tanner Hudson, I think it got blown up for like -3 or whatever. If he throws that earlier, I could see the play design was designed such to pull a defender off of Tanner to give Tanner room. So for a 3rd and short throw, I'm thinking, man, I like that design. I like that play call because he also had an option in the middle of the field. He was late on the throw. Totally okay. The man barely has been in Cincinnati. He hasn't even had his first Skyline Coney yet. I guarantee it.
We need to go buy that.
I get it.
Bring it down.
But I'm not going to get mad about that because once he started getting in rhythm, he was fine. Now they've got that second half, like, all right, these are what you liked. These are what didn't work out so well. Let me know why it didn't work out. Okay, cool. You just hate them. Fuck me. Great. Okay, let's just roll with what we've got in the second half. Let's build on it. We're going to see a better offense. Joe Goodberry posted something about how much we moved and pulled away from the Browns and the Titans. That's been the joke. Like, oh, look, Zach and Zach's protege suck. Suddenly we'll pull around or pull away because we've got competent QB play. Now, that throw to Jamar was pretty damn good. I mean, that felt like a little Joe Burrow. The catch was even more miraculous. But overall, Joe was putting the ball where it needed to go. Mm-hmm. It wasn't rocket science. It was solid backup QB. And when he needed to bail, when he needed to throw, he changed his arm angle on one of the throws and threw away from a hand just outside outstretched arms of a Bengals player. I'm like, you know what? You're going to miss away from the defender. He missed away from the defender consistently every single time. And Jake wanted to throw to the defender. Jake loved throwing to the defender. It's not like
colorblind.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get to this point here. We talked about this. Darnell says, just joined. Sorry, missed this. But how do you guys feel about Reiser versus Fairchild this weekend? Dale brought it up, said that Reiser played good, helped out Orlando Brown. Seemed like he played better with Reiser next to him. Our thoughts is, and Dale, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, but our thoughts are let Reiser start for sure this week because I don't think Fairchild's playing anyway, but possibly put in Patrick, the veteran, at the other right guard. So, because this is such a must win. I mean, it's legitimately a must win. This is a must win. There are people say we throw that out there, but this is a must win. They got to win this game Thursday. They have a shot at this. And that's where I'm like, we're just concentrating on Thursday. Put Patrick out there and put Reiser at guard, and let's go for it. Did I say anything wrong there, Dale?
No, and especially just specifically back to that with Fairchild or Reisner. Like, I don't know how you bench Reisner after he looks so good. And give time for Fairchild to – and it's no knock on Fairchild. Like, I know PFF grades, this, that, and the other. He's looked fine. I've clipped up his stuff almost every week. He's looked like a very, very good piece for the future of this team. But at some time, you got to go with the present. And the present is Dalton Reisner at left guard. Coming off of that game versus this Steelers defense and the way him and Zeus work together, there would be no world where I would change out and bring Fairchild in, even if he said, I'm at 99%. Okay, that's 1% I don't want to like. You could say you're at 110%. I would still play Reisner, I guess is what I'm saying. You look too
I would
good.
too.
And it's a short week. And it's like, you can make that decision after this game either way. But this game, you go with Reisner on Thursday.
I know Zach lets his coaches run what they do. And I appreciate that. This is one of those times where Zach needs to pull rank and say, let's keep Reisner at left guard. And like you said, it is no knock on Fairchild at all. It's a great opportunity, in my opinion, because Fairchild's got some live reps. Now he can sit back and watch and learn some more. Some people, that's actually a technique. What is it? Watch me do it. You do it. And watch me do it again. And blah, blah. There's technique to that. Repetition, and he's got that opportunity. He's going to be the left guard of the future. We don't need to burn him out right now, but if we just found magic with a chemistry, that's what we need more of. PFF talks about that. They did analysis on forget the talent level of players. You get a boost just by being consistent. There is a better level of play available by 5 guys consistently playing together that we've never seen. Every year it's a new 5.
Yeah, it is. And that's one of the problems. And the thing is, I keep going back to this, we are in win now mode. Fairchild and Dale, you talked about it for last week's game, is why the hell was he still out there? Because he was so hurt he couldn't freaking move. Fairchild.
Yeah, they brought in Reisner for one play and then put him back in there. He ended up giving up the safety. Like that one blew my mind, because I'm like, and I didn't put that on like any one person. I'm like, that has to be everybody. You got to have eyes on everything. And the medical staff has to know he came off the field for an injury, kind of like Mims this week, who came off the field and Ford, and then they put him back in. But it's like, I would be closely having eyes on that guy, somebody up in a booth anywhere, staff, training staff, whoever, wherever. You got multiple coordinators and, not coordinators, but multiple staff members in the boxes for offense and defense. And I'd be like, someone just needs to watch him. How's he doing?
And the thing
is, you could tell he couldn't put solid weight on that leg when he came back.
The thing is, too, is Fairchild could learn more about how to play left guard from watching Reisner, too, because he is a rookie. He's our future guard. I think Rivers is our future guard. I do. I believe both of them are.
I do.
But like I said, this is such a win. Yeah, this is such a win now game. We need our best guys out there. And sometimes you can't beat a veteran. Been there, done that. I mean, Joe Flacco he's made over 200 starts, 200 football games. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't fix that. You can't. Nothing's better than experience. When you have those guys have experience at a game like this, it's a must-win. Good deal.
Well, I want to go back to even Reisner, like in Green Bay, and I mean it wasn't a must-win, but it feels like that, right? When you've lost 3 in a row,
yeah.
He played incredible, and a lot of the matchup he ended up having to help with was Micah Parsons. Pretty good football player, right? That guy's pretty good. He makes quite a bit of money.
Does he have as many tackles as Chase yet? Did he catch up to Chase? He's no Jamar Chase, but
right. Come on, let's be real.
Jamar Chase probably could rush the passer too. Like that guy's just a freak show.
His legs, man.
And
I've never stared at another man's legs, but I maybe have stared at Jamar Chase's legs.
I was going to say, well, you're just admitting you accept those. No other.
So the update I got is from Ian Rappaport that Trey is day-to-day. I heard Ian Rappaport reported it was a back, and then Jay Morrison put it out there for the Bengals. They're saying it's a hip. So Trey's day-to-day. The reports are he's probably going to play Thursday, but we don't know.
And John Kammer, you threw out a compliment for me earlier. I appreciate you. Thank you. Esther said something. Also found it interesting. The line held better for Flacco than it had for Jake. I think that's a great call out because there were a lot of times where Jake just held onto the ball too long.
Yep.
I again talked to the offensive lineman, And there is value in predictability on what your quarterback's going to do. Does your quarterback like to step up? Does your quarterback like to dance around? Does your quarterback like to run, get outside the pocket and head toward the sidelines? They know. And they've got that feel for Joe. Joe will hold on to the ball a little long sometimes trying to make a play. I like that.
Not a lot.
And I hate that.
Mhm.
Flacco is not flacking around. He's again, there is value. Like some of you younger women, single, if you meet a nice older man, there's some value in that older man. Ask my wife. I got her by 10 years. We're smart. We have survived this long on Earth. We've built up some good tips.
We've been through all kinds of bad crap. We're still here.
It's like we're roaming the earth with like T-Rex. I'm like, I am 48 years old and there's a dinosaur outside. You need to stick with me because I know how it's done. But there's some truth to that. Flacco's going to live to see another day. And those offensive linemen appreciate that.
Exactly. On that note, boys, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go move a couch from my house to the east side of town. So this is a good discussion. Dale, plug some stuff.
Well, I was just gonna say, don't throw your back out.
I'm not trying to. That's why I have 2 young boys coming to help me.
You're the supervisor.
Yeah,
supervisor.
This is where Cap says.
Did you hire two hunks in a truck or something? What is that?
No, to my daughter's friends. They're coming over. They're 20.
Oh man, is one Gronk?
One's Gronk. Yes, Gronk.
Tell Gronk I said hi.
Gronk, Dale says hi.
Love this kid.
Okay.
This kid is just like Gronk. He talks like Gronk.
Oh, no kidding.
He's going in the Army too, so that's what I found out. So he's going to be an Army guy. So.
Well, he'll finally get. What is that? What is that insurance that the military?
USAA. USAA.
He'll get his.
Yeah. Hey,
Hell
USAA.
yeah.
If you want to sponsor my podcast, just DM me. Plug some stuff about Cincy Jungle and all the stuff you got going
Cincy Jungle. Gonna be writing articles on there. They're not getting rid of me. They said I don't suck enough.
Yes. Wow.
I'll keep trying to suck too much if they get rid of me.
Somebody told you didn't suck like a couple years ago. Anyway, go ahead. Me and Chop are trying to tell you this. Go ahead.
But I'll be there. I'll be writing articles, doing clips on Bengals and Brews Twitter account, and I roll some of those into some articles, and that way you can find them all in one place. It's a lot of time and effort, but you know what? I enjoy doing it, and it's fun, and it makes me see the game from different lights that maybe a PFF grade doesn't. Makes me, double check things and be like, oh, here's what happened here, here's what didn't, and it's still just my opinion. But, I also try to put those clips out there for everybody else. And then there's Bengals and Brews, and it's a show, and it sucks. So most people don't tune in, but
and you got Project Game Day. You guys had
Project Game. Well, you should definitely support Project Game Day.
How'd the watch party go? I didn't get a chance.
I didn't go. I just was like,
I don't leave Portsmouth.
I mean, unless I have to, right? Like
that's God's country.
It's a lot of driving, man. But no, those guys are always killing it, and Joe, Matt, Jimmy, Greg, all those guys, Chop, Santori. Derek don't really do anything. He don't even come on our show, but I don't want to give him too much credit. But Darth with his chains, all those guys always kill it. Cap donated tickets, Matty Meyer, and happy birthday, Matty Meyer.
Yeah, today's his birthday.
Happy birthday, Matty Meyer.
Happy birthday to Matty.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you.
To Matty. Matty. Happy birthday. We lost Cap.
Happy birthday, Maddie. But yeah, that's it. And Project Game Day, man, it's a good thing what they're doing, and I appreciate those guys. I don't do as much as those guys do, so shout out to those guys. And shout out Maddie, shout out Cap, shout out Jeff, the Iceman, all his watch parties, everything Jeff does 5 days a week. Ooh, when the Bengals are struggling, this man got to come on here 5 days a week.
I know.
That's a soldier right there. That's a soldier.
Appreciate you there, Dale.
Thanks for having me.
Yep. See you, dude. Later.
See you, brother.
Cap, any final words of wisdom I'll stick my day job, Tony. Thank you. Any final words of wisdom to the Who Day Nation before I get you on out of here? And I got to go help move a couch.
You and Dale are awesome. And I honestly, I wasn't trying to burn $100 putting that bet together. Green Bay. I really believe it. I believe they're gonna beat the Steelers. But on behalf of Who Day Nation, I'm not gonna jinx us and bet again on this game. We're just gonna be there to white everything out.
Yes.
And watch them finally humble Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
You are too old for this shit, Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, but Joe Flacco's not. You are, though.
Exactly.
Who Day, Cap?
Who Day?
All right, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Go follow Dale and Cap. Dale is doing an awesome job on Cincy Jungle, making sure he is writing or getting his articles out. Make sure you guys go read his articles. He's got the draft guide. That's the money for that goes to Project Game Day. He does a lot of stuff. He does an awesome job. Cap's an awesome follow. Two great Bengals fans. I appreciate those guys coming on. We'll be pulling off the sound later on tonight. Put it on the podcast on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please do me a favor. Listen to it, rate it, like it, review it. Leave a 5-star review to comment. Some more Cincinnati fans can watch listen to my podcast. I've been live streaming on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch. You follow me on all those, along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. And I'm writing some articles. My article is not as good as Dale's. And I'll write up as many as Dale does because, well, I don't have as much stuff to say. But it's on Substack. You can check all that out. All those things on Sports with Strawberry Ice. Everywhere you want to watch show, podcast, Substack, everything is Sports with Strawberry Ice. So make sure you guys check that out.
All right, shout out to my sponsors. They are Priority Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn and landscaping needs. You need your grass cut, you need shrubbery trimmed, I don't know, you need a paper patio, you need anything. I mean anything. Landscaping required. Think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Also, shout out to T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, Meyer Window, Door, and more. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them in yours. They're energy efficient, great looking windows, easy to clean. Meyer Window, Door, and more. The website is MeyerCincinnati.com. And also shout out to my favorite brewery, Moorline Lager House. Get on down there, get you some delicious Moorline beer, some delicious Moorline food. And tell them I sent you. Moorline Lager House. Hey guys. All right. Just want to let you know, we're still doing the pregame experience at the Moorline Lager House, brought to you by Best Day Brewery. I can't tell everybody this, so it's just between us, okay? For the next 3 games, Pittsburgh, Jets, Bears, which I think the Bengals can win all 3 of them, you can get $10 off. 10 by using pregame 10. Right? Pregame 10 that gets you into the all-exclusive experience. The drinks, the food, the host, everything. It's the best experience on the banks. Best Day Brewery, Moorline Lager House, pregame 10. See you this Thursday. Let's go.
Yeah, I hope you guys join me this Thursday. We had a great time down there. We had Andrew Dawkins down there this past week. We had the mailman down there. We had Harris the comedian. This was not this. This wasn't this past Sunday. This is the last home game. We had a great time. So calling down with it. We got a DJ. We got a bar. We got a buffet. We're giving away gift cards. Sometimes we give away Cincy hats. Best Day Breweries down there. We got beer pong, cornhole, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you guys come on down. Go to the Moorline Lager House. Use that pregame 10 code. Get $10 off. And that's good for the next 3 games. So check that out. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow at 5:30. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. And remember one thing only, and that is Who Day for life. As always, throw it up. BWO, Bengals World Order. That's just sports, baby. See ya! That's just sports, baby.
crowd goes wild. Strawberry ice, bringing fire and style. Reds, Bengals, Bearcats, all in my zone. This is my stage, my mic, my throne. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's fine is kicking down the door. Step into the ring where the passion ignites. Talking sports all day and all night. From the field to the court to the roaring stands. Strawberry ice with the world in my hands. Boom, like a hammer, I'm breaking the game. Strawberry ice, you're gonna know my name. Sports Talk Thunder, hear the podcast roar. Cincy's fine is kicking down the door.